of the Board of Chosen Freeholders, County Manager, and Department Heads as amended.
Thank you. This meeting is now open for comment by the public on the pending ordinance only. That's 781-2016. If you wish to comment on the pending ordinance, please come forward, state your name, your municipality of residence, and state your comments. Please remember the 5-minute time limit.
Good evening, Chair Bergen, Bruce Patterson, Garwood, New Jersey. Reference to the ordinance, the watchdogs actually put a list of percentage increases that are being handed out. I see the freeholders are getting 2%. But then there's a couple of big ones. The county manager, Al Fayella, is getting 5.04%. Engineering and Public Works, which is Director Joe Graziano, is getting 5.95%. Finance Treasurer CCFO, which I assume is Director Bibby Taylor, she's getting 5.93%. Human Services, which is Director Guzzo, 5.59%. These are very, very large percentage increases. Chris Christie, when he came in as governor, wanted to put a cap on out-of-control county spending, not counties, but all levels, state, county, local. And I'm looking at these big percentage increases. I mean, Al Fayella's a nice guy. I like him. Joe Graziano is wonderful to talk to. He seems to know a lot about the infrastructure. Bibby's she dresses well. And Frank Guzzo, I mean, he obviously has a large department, probably the largest in the county. But my question is, and to the public, because the public doesn't even see these numbers, but this 5 to 6% increase for these gentlemen and gentlewomen seem to be way out of whack. And I'd like to know exactly why they are getting these large percentage increases. Please explain it to me as a taxpayer and also the public who will be viewing this. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your comments, Mr. Patterson. Anyone else from the public wishing to comment on the pending ordinance? Seeing none, I will close that portion of the meeting and ask for the fiscal chairman, Freeholder Mirabella, to please move the ordinance for adoption.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll move ordinance number 781-2016 for final reading and authorize the clerk of the board to advertise the same in accordance with the law.
Second.
Moved by Freeholder Mirabella, seconded by Freeholder Kowalski. Clerk of the board, please call the roll.
Freeholder Carter.
Yes.
Freeholder Estrada.
Yes.
Freeholder Hudak.
Aye.
Freeholder Kowalski.
Yes.
Freeholder Mirabella.
Aye.
Freeholder Wright.
Yes.
Vice Chairman Granados.
Aye.
And Chairman Bergen.
Yes.
Chairman, you have 8 votes in the affirmative.
Thank you. We now have a resolution that was not previously added to the agenda, Resolution 2016-987. So in order to consider it tonight, we need to suspend the rules and consider it from the floor. May I please have a motion to suspend the rules concerning that
So moved.
resolution?
So moved.
Second? Is there a second?
Second.
Moved by Freeholder Hudak, seconded by Freeholder Mirabella. Clerk of the board, please call the roll.
Freeholder Carter.
Yes.
Freeholder Estrada.
Yes.
Freeholder Hudak.
Aye.
Freeholder Kowalski.
Yes.
Freeholder Mirabella.
Aye.
Freeholder Wright.
Yes.
Vice Chairman Granados.
Aye.
And Chairman Bergen.
Yes.
Chairman, you have 8 votes in the affirmative.
Thank you. Just for the public's information, this is really a technical resolution. It was inadvertently left off of the agenda. But in any case, if anyone from the public has any comments on this particular resolution, that's 2016-987, please come to the mic, state your name and address, and please remember the 5-minute time limit.
Good evening, Chair Bergen, ladies and gentlemen of the Freeholder Board, Bruce Patterson, Garwood. I do appreciate you always ignoring the public on the last one, and I would assume you're just going to ignore the public on this one, because the public doesn't make any difference. All they are is deep pockets.
Mr. Patterson, please address the item that's before the body. If you want to make a speech, please hold it till
To
the
the
public
end.
portion at the end.
Of course, you'll hear me at the end.
Thank you.
Thank you. The question, 2016-987, you're saying it was inadvertently left off the agenda. Actually, I'm just confused. I'm not going to even ask anything of detail of that one, but if it was left off the agenda, why don't you just put it on the agenda? Why is this actually a separate section on this agenda? You didn't really explain it, in other words.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll give the same explanation I gave you a month or more ago when we did the same thing. Our rules provide that if a resolution is not listed or a place reserved for it at our agenda session, which was a week ago, that it cannot just be placed on the agenda. It has to be brought from the floor as this was. And I presume that was written to allow for transparency in bringing up last-minute items to the agenda so the public knows that they were placed on at the last minute. It was not just slipped in. It was not on the agenda last week, it was not discussed last week. So in order to be brought up tonight, it has to have a separate vote. Anyone else from the public who wishes to address this particular resolution? Seeing none, I'll close that portion and ask for a motion for adoption of Resolution 2016-987 only.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Freeholder Carter, seconded by Freeholder Hudak. Please call the roll.
Freeholder Carter.
Yes.
Freeholder Estrada.
Yes.
Freeholder Hudak.
Aye.
Freeholder Kowalski.
Yes.
Freeholder Mirabella.
Aye.
Freeholder Wright.
Yes.
Vice Chairman Granados.
Aye.
And Chairman Bergen.
Yes.
Chairman, you have 8 votes in the affirmative.
Thank you. We now move on to our regular resolution portion. We have resolutions 2016-988 through 2016-1047. If there's any member of the public who wishes to address any of the pending resolutions, please come forward now. State your name, town of residence, and the particular resolution which you're addressing. I realize, and please mind the 5-minute time limit. I realize there's a long list. If you have comments and you don't have time in your 5 minutes, we certainly would be happy to have them submitted by email or in writing. The limit is just to keep the meetings a reasonable length, but we do want to hear from you, so if you can't get all your comments in, certainly feel free to send them in to us. Thank you. Proceed.
Yeah, John Berry, Kenilworth. This won't take an email. Just 3 things. First on 995, that's about mental health services being provided, something to the department. Is this the Runnels thing where it was sold 3 years ago, but the people who bought it can't do mental health? And what's basically, if someone can give an overview of what the situation is there. I mean, these people, the county will always be involved because these people will never get their certification and you have to do this year after year? Or are these people going to be certified? Or, and I'm just guessing on this, but what's the situation with that 995 and why is it necessary? And are they ever going to get certified? Number 2 is on 1009. That's given $10,000 to the Union County Performing Arts Center for creating cultural and educational opportunities for Union County residents, which isn't terribly specific. Now on this, was this subject to bidding? And if not, why not? And if it was a bid, it's really vague. What are these people going to be doing for $10,000 that they wouldn't otherwise be doing, or for no limits? Is this just like a $10,000 gift to them for some reason? Do a parade, as if they were running a parade or something. Okay, last one is 1034. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's Winning Strategies getting $150,000 for lobbying. Now, at the agenda meeting, I saw 1033 was explained, fairly well as to what they did and specifics. If someone could just do the same thing for Winning Strategies, I mean, what do they bring to the table here, so to speak? That's it.
Okay, let's see, 995, County Council, if maybe you could just briefly our contract on the sale of Runnels that addresses that.
Yeah, yes, Mr. Chairman, under the terms and provisions of the sale, we continue to operate the psychiatric unit, which is known as Cornerstone. The agreement is a 10-year agreement. It's not in perpetuity.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's see, Resolution 1009. The first part of your question, it was not bid. In fact, the money is given to them pursuant to state statute, which allows the county to give such funds in order to support the arts. And as to the remainder of your question, the county manager, who is the president of the UCPAC board, will address that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just to give a couple of examples, this money will help support a number of Union County theater groups who utilize the Arts Center. Also, we have a number of programs for high school students now, our sensory-friendly programs for individuals with disabilities, which has been very well received, and many, many other functions, plays, events, Black History Month. I could go on and on. They have a real full slate of programs that are going on now at the Arts Center, so these dollars, if approved, will help to supplement the type of programs that they're doing.
Thank you. And then 1034, Director Wagner, if you can address that.
Through you, Chairman, Winning and Hoboken strategies, provide us with an invaluable resource. They have tremendous connections both in Washington and in Trenton. They track bills for us. They help manage our relationships with them, and just this year alone helped work with us to preserve two really important earmarks that were in excess of $20 million for transportation projects that, had we not had them working side by side with us, might not have been salvageable. And with the new administration coming in, it's even more valuable for us this year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else who wishes to address the pending resolutions?
Good evening, Chair Bergen, ladies and gentlemen of the Freeholder Board, Bruce Patterson, Garwood, New Jersey. On page 3, number 994, professional service. It just says to award professional services contracts not to exceed $63,000. It doesn't say to who, so I guess could somebody explain to who? Number 997 on that same page. Authorize county manager to continue a lease agreement with Runnels BH Operating for Cornerstone, a 2% increase for the next year. Last time I saw this, this was like about a $4 million a year lease. It was $400,000 for the lease itself, and then there was housekeeping, et cetera, on top of that, totaling $4 million. I'm just wondering, what are we up to paying them a year at this point? And then actually the next question is, I don't remember seeing anything about BH Operating. I think it was Central Management, I think, was the one that was buying Runnels. So how did it all of a sudden become Runnels BH Operating? So that's two questions on that one. On page 4, number 1004, I guess all the way to 1007, canceling capital balances, canceling unexpended balances, and I'm lumping them all together, approving transfer. It seems like there's a lot of money that's going to be floating around. Could somebody give me a rundown of what these dollar amounts are, and what is the disposition of these dollars? Is it going into the running fund balance for next year, next year's surplus? Page 5, number 1011 in the middle. It's an increase of $2,000 to total $4,009,000 for the 2016-2018 area spending plan. The only thing that comes up to mind is UASI, but I don't think that's what it is. But could somebody please explain what this $5 million is going to on the area spending plan? Page 6, on the very top, 1014. The operating budget for the golf courses is set for 4.492. I was here last week. They mentioned it was like 4.2 and then 4.3, and now it's 4.5 almost. I'm just wondering, is this all to Kemper? If not, what is Kemper's portion in that? And if that isn't it, then what exactly is this? Page 6 on the bottom. 1021. $1.5 million for dental insurance with Delta Dental and Flagship Health. $1.5 million. That's a wow number. I'm just wondering, is there any match coming out of, this obviously is for the employees, so is there any match coming from the employees for this? Because that's a big number, $1.5 million in dental insurance. Page 8, 1037 on the bottom, authorizing salary increases for county constitutional officers. That's Joanne Rajapi, the clerk. That's, what's his name, LaCourte, the surrogate, and my buddy Sheriff Cryan. And I stood up here last year and I talked about the raise to Cryan, and I'm going to say it again, because last year the county taxpayers paid out $335,000 out of our collective pockets because he had some kind of accident on a Saturday morning when I obviously shouldn't have been driving the car back a couple of years ago, and had to pay somebody $335,000. I asked you, do not give him a raise last year. I'm asking you again to remove him out of that and don't give him a raise. In addition, he also was caught lying to prosecutors years ago, and he was also sending sexually explicit emails from a public computer. The guy I referred to as a disease on county government, I don't think he deserves a raise. I'll tell you right now, and I don't think you're advocating people or enabling people to lie to prosecutors and to send
Patterson,
sexual,
I think you made your
explicit
point, Doc.
emails on the computer. So, I mean, are you advocating that? If you are, then give him a raise, because he's the guy who did it. If you're not advocating it, remove him from this resolution. Do not give him a raise. Page 9. The collective bargaining, that's at the top, 1039. This is my normal question, and I'd like, Mike Yesko is the one that always comes up. I'd like him to explain exactly what the health benefits are in this collective bargaining agreement in detail. Because somehow I ask questions, it becomes evasive. So I'd really like to know what are the health benefits, and is there a way to actually, I guess, Oprah the collective bargaining agreement, which sounds like there is. So thank you very much.
Thank you. To answer your last question first, you've asked that question a number of times. The answer is basically the same. We have a set pattern. Our contracts with our unions all follow the same pattern with the health benefits. It includes kick-ins from the employees. If you want the details, we'll be happy to get to them, but we're not going to go through them here on the record. And those contracts, I would think, are operable once they're approved and signed. They're public records. Okay, going back, 994 and 997, Director Guzzo. And I guess while you're there, if you can speak about 1011 as well.
Through you, Mr. Chairman. In response to the request for information on 994, that $63,000, that's for on-call psychiatrists for weekends and holidays. We do that because it reduces our overall salary line by hiring part-timers to come in and do that work that's required.
And is that to one individual, or is that?
It is done through there is a list. I think there are 3 that are on that list that have agreed to provide services at that price.
Very good.
The second one is the lease agreement. This is the lease agreement. Basically, it's a 2% increase for 10 years. Specifically, we pay $400,000. It's a fixed cost on that lease for 22,000 square feet, which we lease from Center Management, which, by the way, did change its name, and that's why it's being referred to as the name now that is on your agenda. And in addition to that, we pay taxes and other ancillary costs, and also the services that are provided by the hospital that we contract with them for. The last one was, I think the question on the area plan, and that's in the Division on Aging, and that's the money that comes in from both the federal and state government, used to provide a an array of senior services throughout the county, things from Meals on Wheels to respite care and any other service that seniors have required.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
Director Taylor, let's go back to 1004 through 1007, and just, if you can address briefly where those funds are going.
Absolutely. Through you, Chairman. First, good evening to you and members of the board. The canceling capital balances essentially is a year-end cleanup item that we do in order to reduce our net debt off of our books for projects that are complete. That sum of the amount of $5.9 million, a portion of that goes to reduce our deferred charges unfunded. And the remaining balance goes to build capital surplus that can be used for future projects as deemed necessary by the board and approved in the capital budget. The list of grant accounts that we're canceling, it is a sum zero effect because we are cleaning up our books again. These are typical resolutions at year end. We're canceling the receivable as well as the appropriation for zero effect. The current fund transfer is a statutory item that's allowable to transfer funds that are in excess in one department in order to accommodate a need, unforeseen need in other departments. Some items would include to settle contracts that we've had to move funds out of our salary adjustment account to settle our contracts that were approved incrementally throughout the year. And the canceling of current fund balances. This year we were notified by the state that they were no longer going to be participating in essentially a zero effect activity of transferring monies to the county, and we in turn reimburse them for the New Jersey Bureau of Children's Services in the amount of $4.3 million, again a zero effect because we don't get the revenue. So these again are cleanup items in order to just make sure that as we go to year-end closeout, all of our books are reconciled. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Director Zuber on 2016-1014.
Through you, Mr. Chairman, Kemper Sports uses these funds to operate both golf courses in Union County.
Thank you. We had 1021. Director Yuska.
Yes, through you, Mr. Chair, there are employee contributions, well over 60% on that contract.
Thank you. I think I answered the other one. Are there any other members of the public who wish to step forward and address the board concerning any of the pending resolutions? Seeing none, I'll close that portion and call for a motion to adopt resolutions 2016-988 through 2016-1047.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Moved by Freeholder Mirabella, seconded by Freeholder Kowalski. Clerk of the board, please call the roll.
Freeholder Carter?
Yes.
Freeholder Estrada?
Yes, with a no vote on number 1033.
Freeholder Hudak?
Aye to all.
Freeholder Kowalski?
Yes.
Freeholder Mirabella?
Aye.
Freeholder Wright?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Granados?
Aye.
And Chairman Bergen?
Abstain on resolution 2016-1000, and yes as to the remaining.
Chairman, you have 8 votes in the affirmative for all resolutions with the exception of 2. Resolution 2016-1037, you have 7 votes in the affirmative with 1 vote in the negative. And resolution 2016-1000 with 7 votes in the affirmative and 1 abstention.
Thank you. We now come to the public comment portion of the meeting, where any member of the public can come forward for purposes of commenting on any governmental issue that a member of the public feels may be of concern to the residents of the county. Once again, please state your name, town of residence, and please limit your remarks to 5 minutes. And again, we'll be happy to take any supplemental remarks after the meeting in writing or by email. Please step forward.
Good evening, Chair Bergen, ladies and gentlemen, the Freeholder Board, Bruce Patterson, Garwood, New Jersey. Again, we have the new county calendar that's out, and I've pointed this out so many times. I mean, you know, if this is a wall calendar, there's got to be a hole in it up here so you can hang it on a little nail. You know, it's just part and parcel for the county. You know, it's just not. Something's not right here, you know, and this is why I come up here. I mean, even to the point where county calendar, little holes missing. You know, I could easily punch the hole if I want. I remember Linden Carter was the Freeholder chair, and I said, I use a black Acro clip, and you know. I mean, I get around it, but it's sad that you just can't go follow everything all the way through. So anyway, so I'm up here, and I mentioned about, you know, this salary ordinance in the beginning, like, you know, how about justifying the 5 to 6% raises? I hear nothing from you. This year, again, I mean, County Manager Fiallo and Vivi Taylor, nice people, but I'll tell you that the budget was $500 million. We had a $50 million surplus, and yet our that's 10% of the budget, and yet our taxes still go up. The year before, when we sold Runnels, our taxes still go up. Our taxes just keep going up. There's no way they should go up because we have a heck of a lot of money, a heck of a lot of surplus. Vivi Taylor's even canceling additional fund balances, and it's going to go into surplus. So something's wrong here. Financially, something's wrong, and yet you're giving out these raises to the people that should be thinking about us taxpayers here. We are now, thanks to Christie and the legislator, you know, the highest tax state. And the county, we're still like maybe the 4th or the 5th highest taxed county out of 3,000 counties based on people's average income. So, I mean, you know, we're just way out in left field. We can't afford this. But you know who can afford it? The people like the freeholders getting raises, the directors getting 5 to 6% raises. I'm not even going to mention the freeholder's name. Quadrupled his pension in 2 years over at Scotch Plains. Didn't even have the experience as a town manager, but he was put in there and given a raise. Quadrupled it. Disgusting. Not like Trump now. We use the word disgusting, but it is. I can see why Trump gets disgusted at bureaucracy. I mean, he's president. God bless him. I'd like to see what it's not going to take. It's going to take probably 4 years before he actually gets anything done, because the politics just eat him up. But I digress. You know, here at crying, lies to prosecutors, 150 sexually explicit emails. You just embrace this stuff. You embrace it. You advocate it. You enable it. That's why I'm using the term disgusting. I normally don't, but it is disgusting. I know I get my 5 minutes, and then, you know, if I go over, I can always email you. That's always wonderful. Thank you very much for that. But it's just amazing what I'm looking at. Next year, I know I'm just one resident, but I mandate that the county taxes stay at 0. I'm asking you for that. You know, I can't demand it because obviously you rarely listen to me anyway. But to County Manager Fiallo, I ask it. You're coming up with a county manager's budget in 1 month. I mean, please think about us out here. You know, you're comfortable, obviously. You know, and I hate to take a shot at you, but you know, because you're a nice guy. But think about us. Think about all us little people out here, the great unwashed. You know, the ones that have to pay for all this, that pay for your raises, that pay for Cryan's $335,000 when he got in this car accident. Disgusting. And Merry Christmas.
Is there anyone else from the public who wishes to comment tonight?
Yeah, John Berry, Kenilworth. And I didn't have any comments, but if I did, what's the supplementary? If somebody ran out their 5 minutes, and Bruce Patterson, for example, had another 10 minutes he wanted, is there an email he could send you, or is it just general, send us an email, because we could do that now? Is there a specific email for comments to the board that's been set up, and why now? I mean, why is, or has that always been the case?
It's actually always been available, but I thought it would be worthwhile to announce to the public. All of the freeholders' email addresses are public information, and we're all happy to hear from the public. If you want to submit something specifically to be included with the agenda, you can send it to the clerk. It's really nothing new. It's just something I felt it was worthwhile mentioning in case there were people who didn't realize they could submit information to the freeholders. Is there anyone else from the public who wishes to comment tonight? Seeing none, we will move on to freeholder reports and comments.
Excuse me, Chairman.
I'm sorry.
Before you go on, I just want to be the first one to congratulate you on a successful year as the Freeholder Chairman, somebody who's had many initiatives and many of them accomplished, targeting various populations throughout our community when it comes to veterans, people with special needs, job opportunities, animal rights, and animal groups, and just somebody who's listened to every resident and making sure that you answer everyone's question, and somebody who's been pulling us together as a freeholder board in making sure that every resident and every single freeholder's voice is heard. So on behalf of the freeholder board, I just want to thank you for that and congratulate you on a job well done as a freeholder chairman this year. And with that said, I would like to call you up front and the whole entire freeholder board as we present you with a token of our appreciation for your hard service to our community, our county. Chairman. As the chairman opens it up, does anyone else have any comments? Freeholder Mirabelli, you always have a couple comments.
It's my reputation. No, I want to add my voice to the vice chairman's and thank you, Bruce, for navigating this difficult year. It's always a challenge, but the initiatives were strong in January and they carried through the whole year. I was happy to support your agenda and the good that we did for the people of Union County. So congratulations on a great year. And we'll do it again.
Real briefly, as you all know, it's a team effort. Nobody does anything up here alone. We have a great team. We work well together. We make progress every year for our county. So I appreciate everyone's support and thank you very much.
Where's the last one? Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you all. Now we'll move on to comments. Freeholder Hudak.
Thank you, Chairman. I just want to, we had our first taste of snow last week, but as the season gets underway, I want to remind visitors to Union County Parks that sledding is permitted only at designated slopes, and these parks are located, these slopes are located in 5 parks: Bryant Park in Summit, Echo Lake Park in Mountainside, Lenape Park in Cranford, Mizell Park in Springfield, and Unami Park in Garwood. We've selected these areas because they are big enough to accommodate a good crowd, and hazards such as trees and nearby streets are at a minimum. For fans of cross-country skiing, miles of trails are available at Ashbrook Golf Course, Oak Ridge Park, and Watchung Reservation at Mountainside. As a safety measure, downhill skiing is strictly prohibited in this county. Ice skating is also very popular in Union County Parks. Once the weather turns colder, our parks personnel will be measuring out the thickness of ice at designated ponds throughout the county, and we'll let everyone know when they meet these widely accepted safety standards. I wanted to express my congratulations to the chairman as well as the county manager and the county employees for a successful year, and wish everyone a happy new year, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Enjoy the holidays and time with family and friends. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Freeholder Wright?
Yes, thank you. The hectic rush of holiday shopping, traveling, and preparing for visitors can put consumers at greater risk for scams, fraud, and theft. Fortunately, there are many ways in which you can reduce your risk of becoming a victim. When you're out shopping, it's important to know that thieves are on the lookout for easy opportunities. So be sure to take your time, keep your purse or wallet secure, and don't try to juggle too many packages at one time. Be aware of your surroundings when loading up your car, and don't leave packages on a seat where they're easily visible. If you're shopping online, arrange for deliveries when you will be home, or take other steps to avoid leaving packages unattended. You can also get tips and information about avoiding fraud from the New Jersey Division of Consumer Affairs at fightingfraud.nj.gov. That's fightingfraud.nj.gov. And again, I wish each of you a happy holiday season, including all of the times that our freeholder just mentioned, and also Kwanzaa.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Kowalski.
Thank you, Chairman. I'd like to let young people in the county who are out of school know about an opportunity for improving their situation. The Plainfield Area YMCA has a free program for people aged 16 to 24 that can help them complete their education and find a job. It's called Second Chance. It's fully funded with a federal grant administered by the Freeholder Board. Now, this is starting up in January, not much time here, so if you would like to apply, or if you know someone who could benefit from this new program, please contact the Plainfield Area YMCA, and their phone number is 908-756-6060. That's the Plainfield Area YMCA, 756-6060, and you can ask for India Hughes. And I'd also like to remind seniors and their caregivers that our Aging Services Kiosk, what we call the ASK program, will be traveling to 6 different places in January. And this service brings our knowledgeable staff from the Division on Aging to local neighborhoods. And you can get a complete schedule by checking the county website or calling the Division on Aging, and their toll-free number is 888-280-8226. And I'd just like to add my best wishes to all in our Union County family, and county manager, my colleagues, the directors, and all our staff for the great job done all around our county, and wish all of our residents and their families a very happy holiday period and healthy one. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Freeholder Carter.
Thank you, Chairman. I'd like to also take an opportunity, Chairman, to thank you for your leadership over the past year, for uniting the Freeholder Board and also uniting everyone here in the county. Your programs, as it has previously been said, really marked a time frame when we were able to really make a difference and make an impact in our county, so thank you. Also, I'd like to announce tonight that we are officially launching the voting process to select this year's UC STEP Civic Engagement Project. Each year for the past 4 years, high school students in our UC STEP enrichment program have proposed a group of service programs, and you, myself, everyone out there, everyone that will be watching this video has an opportunity to have a choice and have a say and make a pick as to which civic engagement we will launch out in January and announce the winner from 3 of the 12 projects. Was it 12? 10? How many projects were presented? 11 projects that were presented. And the students that attended narrowed it down and voted. And there are 3 projects: the red team, Miles for Meals; the light blue team, Flip for Food; and the orange team, Cans for Kids. And all 3 of these projects are now, if you go to ucnj.org/UC-STEP, you will be able to see the projects and have an opportunity to make your choice of one of those 3. The project with the highest votes we will announce, and that project will be launched throughout the county as our community civic engagement project. The youth that came out to the project that day truly was amazed with them. They were able to really, in a short period of time, get to know the people they were working with. They were put into groups, and they were put into groups with students from other schools. So they really did not even know those individuals. They came together, they worked together, they came up with a plan, they presented it to all of us, and they did a fabulous job. I want to take an opportunity not only to thank all of those youth that came out to participate that day, but also to thank the staff and Amy Wagner, Director Wagner, and her staff, Dina, that really went above and beyond to make sure that this was a successful program. UC STEP was established as I was serving as chairman of the Freeholder Board in 2013. And I'd like to take this opportunity also to thank my colleagues on the Freeholder Board for their continued support and commitment to the program. As you can see from the result of the projects that are coming forward, really we are making an impact with our youth, and we're making sure that their civic engagement and their leadership skills, they're well trained. And it's not just for those kids that come out. Those youth are coming out, but they're also going back to their schools, and we're encouraging them to also spread the information and work with their youth in their respective schools to make sure that we can get our programs and get that program out to everyone. So I encourage everyone to go out and vote for one of your 3 favorite projects. I can't wait to see which one wins. And again, you can go to our website, ucnj.org/UC-STEP, and you'll have an opportunity again to vote for one of the 3. We also introduced a poll on the UC STEP Facebook page. It's a fun, convenient way to also participate. The voting will close on January 5th, so don't forget to cast your vote and cast it now. I just want to let you know I already went on and casted my vote, so you guys better catch up. All right? Thank you again, and I want to wish everyone a happy holiday, a safe holiday, and a prosperous new year. And thank you to, again, County Manager, for you and for your leadership also here with all of our staff and all the county workers. You guys have done a great job in 2016. Thank you.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Estrada.
Thank you very much. First of all, this has been a very quick 2016. I don't know, it started to seem like yesterday. All of a sudden, we're over it. I think my message will be one of remembering the importance of family, importance of the things that really count in life. And at the same token, take this opportunity to wish Merry Christmas to all the individuals, as well as Hanukkah and as well as Kwanzaa, because we celebrate basically whether you believe one thing or another, the very important times of our lives. So on behalf of myself, wish all of you the best, plenty of health, which is very, very important, and hopefully a prosperous new year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Mirabella.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank the county manager for another good year, strong year, leadership-wise, and all the directors for their hard work. They all go above and beyond. Maybe the public only sees them at meetings, maybe not even at meetings, but their dedication is not lost on me and what I see throughout the year, all through the year, throughout the weeks and months. They do a good job. We have a great team here in the county and the leadership standpoint, led by the county manager and our directors. And I also want to say thanks to the individual county employees throughout our county, from Plainfield to Elizabeth and everywhere in between. They work hard, they make us look good, and they're dedicated and hardworking public servants, and And I want that message to get down to all levels of county government and all the workers throughout the county. With that, I'll conclude my remarks, Mr. Chairman, just by saying also that I want to add my voice to my colleagues and wish all the county residents a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and a prosperous New Year. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. County Council, any remarks?
Just to express also a very happy New Year and happy holidays to everyone. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. County Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a couple of comments. First of all, I'd like to thank you for your leadership this year. I think we've accomplished quite a bit, and it was a great deal in part to your leadership, as well as the rest of the Freeholder Board. Thank you very much for all the support that you've given me. With that, I'd like to express my individual thanks to our department heads and all our 2,700-plus county employees. Yes, they do work hard, and they really do care about the residents of Union County, so I wanted to thank them for that. And yes, I am very grateful for what I have. I'm very appreciative, and I think at this time of the year we all should be. So with that, I just want to thank all of the folks who contributed so much this year to not just our toy drive, but there was such a need this year for gift cards and food and all kinds of necessities of life. We've assisted over 340 families, approximately 1,100 children throughout the Union County area. And I don't want to single out one or two individuals, because then you forget people, because you know who you are, and some of you wanted to remain anonymous, and we're very, very generous. But just in particular, Frank Guzzle's department, Mary Kretsch, former county employees, and Maureen Segali Glenn and Betty Sebring, who really spearheaded the effort again. I know there were many, many others involved, and just, you know who you are. Thank you very much. So with that, I also want to wish everyone a happy and healthy holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, prosperous New Year. And my hope for Christmas is to be a grandfather, which is going to happen any day now, I hope. So I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Vice Chairman Granados.
Thank you, Chairman. Just want to wish everyone in the Union County family a happy holiday and a prosperous New Year, along with all our Union County residents. It's definitely great during the holiday season when residents can come together and give back to the community and help out those who are less fortunate. And that just shows how strong we are as a community when we work together to help others. So that's it. Have a happy holidays. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. I'm going to try and keep my remarks short. I know everyone wants to get home in time for the kickoff of the football game. But I do want to announce the launching, and I've mentioned it a couple times, of our new Union County app. It's available both for the iPhone and whatever the other platform is. Android, thank you. You can get it by going to www.ucnj.org, which is our website, and there's a link there to download it onto your phone or your other devices. It's new, it's a start, it's there. It gives information about the county departments, some about our municipalities, but as with any app, it will grow as we go along. So please check it out, and it will continue to have information added each time as we move along. So I think it's going to be a wonderful addition to the county's ability to communicate with our citizens. As I've mentioned before, it's only the second app for a county in New Jersey, and Union County was also one of the first counties to launch Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So we're trying to keep up with the times. I want to remind everybody, it's also been mentioned before, but tomorrow at 11 a.m. in the Rotunda in the main courthouse, we will be gathering around our Christmas tree to sing Christmas carols. It's a wonderful event. It's just a nice opportunity for the public and the county employees to get together and have a little enjoyment as we go into the holiday weekend. So please join us. That'll be 11 a.m. tomorrow. It'll be our 61st year with a tree in the courthouse. So hopefully you can join us. And finally, I want to thank my colleagues on the Freeholder Board. I think together we did wonderful things this year. We've made progress. We've worked together, and I look forward to continuing with this Freeholder Board into the new year. Each year brings a different set of challenges, but I think that this year we did a wonderful job of rising to the occasion and doing what we needed to do to better the lives of all of the residents in Union County. Teamwork is important, and this Freeholder Board lives by that, and I think it shows in how we've progressed during the year. As with my colleagues, I want to wish all my colleagues, the department heads, all the county employees, and all of our residents in the county happy holidays. We won't be meeting again this year, so Happy New Year, and we look forward to seeing you again next year and continuing the progress. That being said, could I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Mr.
Is there a
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Have a wonderful New Year.